is the property of a machines which gives its ability to mine the human thought process. Okay, so what the human thought process can be done by the machine. Okay, so the machine will do the job of the, so the regular human process. Okay, what are the thinking, the logical ability of the human. So everything can be, the intelligent levels can be, the machines are developed, okay, based on the intelligence of a subject, okay, of a designer, of a person, of a human being. So no two questions can be construct a control system that hypothesizes his own control law. So we encounter a plant and looking at the plant behavior, and sometimes we have to switch from the control system to another control system where the plant is operating. So like that. So that is, just 1 minute. Jairam. Okay, so the first part, before studying any sort of the technology, these are the technology with the design of intelligence in an artificial device. Okay, the term was controlled by the term is designed with the two ideas in definition. One is intelligence, the other one is artificial device. These are the two parts. So we should learn what is this intelligence. It is that characterizes women's, okay, or there is absolute standard of judgment. Accordingly, there are two possibilities. A system with intelligence is expanded to behave as intelligence as a human. A system with intelligence is expected to behave a possible manner. These two are very important point. Once again, I'm repeating. So, a system with intelligence is expected to behave as intelligently as a human. A system with intelligence is expected to behave to in the best properties are very important, of course, very important. So here we are looking at the thought process or reasoning ability of the system. This is very important point. Please try to understand. So any doubts you can just message me. So are you understand up to this? Okay, just give a message, that's enough. Just post a message. Okay, so first we should have to learn about that intelligence, the human intelligence we should have to apply to the machine. Okay, so before starting the soft computing, these module basics are very important. Okay, so because these were why we are discussing these basics is you should understand when I started on the first part of the soft computing part, then you can understand the two words. I'm repeating, you should know what is intelligence. The second point is what is artificial intelligence. These two terms you should know practically. Okay, how the thinking abilities, logical abilities, just give a message to me through in the online chat box, then I can understand. Okay, so I think you can understand up to this. Okay, so here very important thing is different researchers are defining about scope and view of artificial intelligence. Okay, hello. ఏదమ్మా ఏదమ్మా స్క్రీన్ ఇంకా షేర్ చేయలేదమ్మా, ఇప్పుడు చేస్తాను. ఓకేనా, చేస్తాను, షేర్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ. నాకు పోస్ట్ చేయమనండి మెసేజెస్, ఓకే అని అలాగా. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ. మీరైనా చేసేయండి, పర్లేదు. థ్యాంక్ యూ. Here I'm sharing screen, just try to see here. Just see here the screen. Are you okay the screen? Just give a message to me. Okay, right. Thank you. The screen is very important. You can observe these points because I prepared in the innovative and creative manner. So based on my research things, what I worked practically. So I think I'm new to you. That's what I'm giving about me. I'm working as a director for the research and development. I'm monitoring the most of the research lab. I'm working in association with so most of the scientists and industrial experts. So we are working on the challenges, practical oriented challenges. Okay, so at present we are working the projects based on the health issues. Okay, so we are combining the computer science things with the AS. So I received so many appreciations. Okay, so as a best scientist or best researcher and so many things, because we are working on the health domain present. Okay, that's why the reason they are practical oriented things. We are solving the healthy issues also. Okay, so we are applying the coding process and etc. In brief, I will message, okay, about my short profile, then you can understand. So now you can see these points. These are very important. One view is that artificial intelligence about designing the systems that are intelligent as humans. The first point you can observe very clearly. This view involves trying to understand human thought and an effort to build the machines and emulate the human thought process. The view is the cognitive science approach to AI. Okay, so this is the first one. That is the first point. These are the research oriented practical points. Just observe. You can observe. I can give the knowledge on the next coming points. The second approach is the best. Okay, embodied by the concept of the Turing test. Okay, the testing process. Okay, so turning that is the next one. Turing test for the intelligence. That is the second point related. The third point is logic and laws of thought deals with studies. Okay, so the logical oriented things. Okay, the soundness and the completeness of the inference of the mechanisms and important here. The fourth view of the AI is that study of the rational agents. This view deals with building machines that act rationally. Okay, the focus on the system acts and performs. Okay, like that. Okay, there are you should observe these are the what we are doing in the practical oriented research for research oriented points, but majorly you should observe typical AI problems. That is most important. So before you are studying any subject or any course, you should know what is practicality there in the world, because you are already in the higher now, so you are just equal to you are in the research stage. That's why there is you should know the problems. What are the problems are there? Okay, so while studying, okay, the typical range, okay, intelligent entity, the examples of commonplaces tasks include recognizing the people objects, communicating the natural language, navigating around the obstacles and streets. So these tasks are done, the medical diagnosis, mathematical problem solving, and playing games like that. Okay, these are the what you are looking about the simple, the medical diagnosis, performing symbolic integration, and proving and playing the the games like that. Okay, so intelligent behavior, perception of involving image recognition and computer vision, reasoning, learning. So, and understanding the language involving natural language processing, speech processing, solving problems, and robotics. Okay, so practical applications of AI. What are the AI practical applications? AI components are embedded numerous devices, copy machines for automatic correction of operation, for copy quality improvement. AI systems are everyday used for identifying the credit card fraud, for advising the doctors. Please try to keep these points, and you should understand these points very well. Okay, for recognizing the speech and in helping the complex planning tasks. So once again, I'm repeating, this is info practical applications of AI. Okay, so copy machines for automatic correction of operation, for copy quality improvement. Please try to understand. AI system are everyday use for identity credit card fraud, for advising the doctors. So the medical doctors, the AI is very useful. Otherwise, he cannot diagnose the problem. I'm telling the one point means, so please try to understand in depth. You try to analyze intelligently. If you have any doubts on that, I'm ready to solve whatever you doubt, complex doubts you have. Okay, it's not a problem. Okay, I'm ready to tell. You just post me on the chat box. Okay, whatever may be the complex doubt, any in-depth doubt, it's not a problem for me because I'm doing a in-depth of research on this. Okay, so it's a challenge for me if you ask any doubt. Okay, but as a higher class study, what you are doing writing means you should know about the practicality. That's what I'm explaining all these things in the introduction part. Then I will go to the soft computing and other things. That is okay, that's normal. But the thing is, you should know, okay, practical oriented things. That means this artificial intelligence is linked with the medical doctors. Otherwise, so nowadays the practical oriented problem is one of the problem is it is very difficult to diagnose a problem in the human body. Okay, it is the AI will help us. Okay, the so many things, unknown things to the medical doctor. Okay, so it will give the that a clear cuts. Okay, for anything the system there should be you try to understand there is a practical oriented advantage as well as disadvantages also. Okay, so you must know these points in natural language processing. Okay, we have systems that are capable of simple machine translation. Today's expert systems can carry out medical diagnosis in a narrow domain. Speech understanding, these points I explained in the narrow level. Now I am dictating each and every point again. Speech understanding systems are capable of recognizing several thousand words in continuous speech. Planning and scheduling systems had been employed in scheduling experiments with the telescope. The learning systems are capable of doing the text categorization into the thousand topics. Okay, in games also the AI systems play a grandmaster level. Okay, like that. Okay, so this is very important. Now after this. I will go to directly to our syllabus. So based on that, what is soft computing? You must know what is soft computing. This is very important. After that, we will go to the one by one topic. Okay. So I am just posting. This is about what is soft computing because this is very important now. So what is soft computing? You should refer very clearly an approach to computing which parallel and remarkable ability of the human mind to reason and learn in an environment of uncertainty and imprecision. Okay, it is characterized by the use of inextract solutions to computationally hard disks, such as the solution of non-parametric complex problems for which extract solution cannot be derived in polynomial of time. If you understand this definition, you should understand the soft computing is completely related to the AI, artificial intelligence. That's why in the introduction part, I given a clear concepts regarding to the artificial intelligence. Without artificial intelligence, there is no soft computing. Please try to understand. You must know about the first of all the full concepts, at least conceptual oriented, practical oriented knowledge on the A, then you can understand the soft computing well, because both are linked together technically. Okay, that without the A, there is no soft computing part. Okay, just to see definition, you can understand very clearly. Okay, it's linked with A. Why soft computing approach? The next discussion is why soft computing approach. You can this from this point onwards, our syllabus will start. What is soft computing? From that part onwards, our syllabus will start. Why I highlighted artificial intelligence in the concepts oriented? I have a plenty of concepts on based on the AI, because I am working practically so many concepts, but I'm scrutinizing based on the time. Okay, so in this time, meanwhile, I given the concepts, so which is useful for the soft computing. Without AI, there is no soft computing. Please try to understand why soft computing approach. Okay, why there is a soft computing approach? It's a mathematical model and analysis can be done for relatively simple systems. More complex systems arising in biology, medicine, management systems, okay, remain and incredible to conventional mathematical and analysis methods. Soft computing deals with imprecision, uncertainty, partial truth, and approximation to achieve a tractability, robustness, and low solution cost. It extends applications to various disciplines of engineering and science. Typically, human can. Okay, so please try to understand. This is soft computing part is a mathematical part. It's a computing itself is a mathematical. Okay, it's related to the code, of course. There should be some code. There should be some logic. Okay, there should be an automatic process. Okay, you should write it. Just understand the concepts. Okay, has a higher end of your course. You are a higher end people. That's why the reason you should understand the concepts. You should write in a position to write in your own. Don't by heart anything. Just concepts, understanding, and writing anymore. If you analyze, the plenty of concepts will come. So my each and every point is very much useful for you, because so many of my teams, okay, members are working in other countries also. They are giving the good feedback. Sir, your concepts are very useful for me. So for we are working on some module like that. So with that feedback and with that knowledge, I am telling, just understand what I am delivering the concepts. Okay, try to write in your own. Okay, you can easily write. These points are very important. Take decisions, interference from previous situations, experience. The third point is expertise in an area, adapt to changing environment, learn to better social behavior of collective intelligence. Intelligence and control strategies have emerged from the above mentioned characteristics of human animals. The first two characteristics are given by fuzzy logic. Okay, yeah, neural networks. We try to understand in this soft computing, fuzzy logic and neural networks concepts also involved. The characteristics of the soft computing, human expertise. It's similar to AI only. Just try to understand. Biological inspired computing models, new optimization techniques, numerical uh, uh, numerical computation, new application domains, model free learning, so intensive computation, fault tolerance, goal driven characteristics, real world applications like that. The intelligence, the word intelligence is very important. So, components of soft computing, okay, the popular, what are the components involved on the soft computing? Okay, this is very important, of course. This is very important. The components of soft computing. Fuzzy logic and neural networks plays very important. Without neural networks, there is no artificial system, artificial device, because our brain is a neurons. Okay, it will take the signals from the environment. Like that, the neural networks are also designed for the artificial intelligence. Okay, to take the tasks and perform the operation automatically without the role of human. Okay, so you can observe that practical example, so many things. Okay, driverless car. Okay, and there's so many things, so many systems are there. Okay, not only one device. You can just recall the practical examples. Then you can write with my concepts. You can easily be able to write in our own. These are the components. What are the components are involved? This is very important of the course, of course. There are three components only involved. There is no much more. Only three components. If you have a knowledge, you have highlighting on the chart box the important parts only. Okay, fuzzy logic, neural networks. Okay, algorithms. Okay, without algorithm, there is no computation. There is no code, as well as okay, there is no mathematical model. Okay, so without algorithm, the algorithm is a heart. Okay, what is this fuzzy logic in a concept? Most of the time the people are about the fuzzy logic controller. At some point of a time, okay, the scientists are designed fuzzy logic controller even in household applications like a room heater, washing machine. It's popular in such that apply to various engineering products. It is useful for the engineering products. The fuzzy variable, okay, the fuzzy variable is very important. Okay, and neural networks are basically inspired by various way of observing the biological organism. Okay, most of the time it is motivated from human way of learning. It is learning theory. This is an artificial network that learns from the example, and because it is distributed in nature, fault tolerant, parallel processing of data, and distributed structure. The basic elements of artificial neural network are input nodes, weight, and activation function, and output node. Inputs are associated with the synaptic weights. They are all summed and passed through an activation function, giving an output. So, in a way, output summation of the signal multiplied by the weight or number of channels. Just observe this diagram. This is the summation sigma stands for. You should observe the number of inputs, the output. This is a linearity. Only one output and multiple inputs are there. Just observe this diagram. I want to zoom this diagram for your convenience. Just observe that the input source, how it is, and the output is. Okay, it's a simple diagram, of course. Basic elements of artificial neuron. It's a basic action of it want to process the multiple thoughts. Just in our brain also, sometimes we are getting the multiple thoughts. Likewise, using our human actions only, we designed the artificial device. Please try to understand. Artificial device is designed based on the our human actions only. There are the it has to supposed to process the summation of all those inputs in sometimes some inputs only. Okay, so that's a challenge for the system. Please try to understand. Okay, so just observe this diagram also. Analogy of the biological neuron and artificial neuron. This is about the biological neuron. I want to place this diagram for your convenience. So here you observe the cell body. It's a biological neuron. Okay. Above figure shows a biological neuron on top. Through neuron activates the signal, and the signal is sent through the synapses to various neurons. Similarly, shown a classical artificial neuron at the bottom. Artificial neuron. Okay, this is a computational unit. There are many inputs reaching this. The input excites this neuron. Similarly, there are many inputs and excites the computational unit. Output again excites other units like here. Okay, like certain concepts in artificial neural network. We develop the artificial computing models having similar structure. This is the artificial structure using the biological neuron, of course. The specialty is biological neuron. Okay, then next futures of artificial neural network. Okay, that is very important. Futures of artificial neural network. What is its futures? Features of artificial neural network. Parallel distributed information processing. Okay, These are the important features only. High degree of connectivity between the basic units. Connections are modifiable based on experience. Learning is a continuous, unsupervised process. Learns based on local information. Performs degrades with less units. Okay, these are the methods. Okay, evolutionary algorithms. This is most important step. Algorithm is very, without algorithms, everything is a meaningless. The most popular algorithm is generic algorithm. How much the signal is traveling. Okay, or meters, it depends on completely on the bandwidth. grading system in a different manner. Okay, so this is the logic. Logic means very simple. I want to allot some A grade. Okay, if in between 60 to 70 percentages the people are there, okay, then I want students, I want to allot the grade as A. Okay, suppose for example I am telling in between 90 to 100 percentage, 90 to 100% I want to allot as a extreme grade, topmost grade, that is a X grade. That's what it is mentioned here. Please clearly observe. I want to allot at the X grade, like that. Okay, so the grades will depends upon the percentages. Like you can vary the code. Okay, depending on it will vary from the university to university. So and here the logic is the A will do the all these jobs will automatically, just human jobs. It will allot the grades automatically. And the concepts of neural networks are very important. Without neural networks concepts, fuzzy logic, there is no soft computing. You should compute, but the thing is, you require these two things actually: fuzzy sets, support, core, and bandwidth. These are the very important technical terms in the fuzzy. If you know that, if we can write it in our own, we can get a good marks. It's not a problem. Okay, I observed practically so many people because in my 22 years of lots of presentations, I observed that the so many people are getting good marks. Don't worry about the marks. Even if you want, I will provide the material for you also, excellent material. But the thing is, we should highlight the a clear point. We should write most of the points in our own. I'm telling for a very easy of simplicity. So if you listen my presentation, definitely your job is very simplified. Okay, automatically can prepare less and you can get more easily good marks. How the reason is you should take my concepts, so write most of the points in your own and take these important points. Okay, these technical points you must put on the examinations. Okay, these points are related to the fuzzy logic, of course. Support. Okay, what is the support? Okay, so that you can write mathematically, not critically. Core, what is the core? These are the technical words you can put, and I'm telling very simplified manner. No need of worry about that. Okay, 100% organized. My presentation is different than others, so you can get more beautiful points. So these points you can write. Okay, most of the points on your own. Then there is no need of worry, I think. Okay, so and normality, normality. This is about normality. These are the keywords you can treat it as. You must put on that. Bandwidth. 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 Bandwidth is most important point for a normal and a convex fuzzy set. Okay. So you can write the sets here. That's enough. Okay. Like that. Fuzzy set is a convex. Okay. Comparison of classical approach and fuzzy approach is very important. Then you can understand about fuzzy approach very clearly. Comparison of classical approach and fuzzy approach. Let us consider a universal set T, which stands for temperature. You know already, always the key, the letter T, capital T stands for temperature. It is very interesting. Please try to understand. Temperature, I can say cold, normal, and hot. Naturally, these subsets of the universe are set. They are one set. We can call this one as fuzzy set. Okay, normal set is different, fuzzy set is different. In fuzzy set, we have to process all these things in the intelligence manner. That's what I highlighted on the beginning of my presentation, introduction part. It is useful entire after my last topic of the presentation. Okay, naturally, these are subsets of the universal set. This is universal set, of course. If you look in entire the universe, in entire the world, there are three parameters only. May either be cold or normal or hot. There is no other parameters. Okay, that's why I extracted these three parameters logically. The cold temperature, normal temperature, hot temperature, they are all subsets of capital T. The classical approach, probably one way to define classical set is cold. I define cold temperature as capital T. Temperature of is a member of cold set of which belongs to the universal set T, such as that is temperature. The member temperature is between 5 degrees and 15 degrees centigrade. We should take the logic. I already told in the grading logic. You can write easily, develop the code also. Okay, take the logic first of all. I want to cut off starting from 5 degrees to 15 degrees as a cold. We have to write it, but take this logic, we have to write in our own, because I'm telling my own all those things. Above 15 to 25 is a different logic. Okay, above 15 to 25 degrees is a different logic. Okay, so that we can call it as normal, you can put it as. But again, above 25, in between 25 degrees to 35 degrees, in between 25 to temperature 25 35 degrees, I want to put it as high. I want to mark it as high in my code. Okay, like we should take the fractions also. 15.1, about that logic is again different. 14.9, again the logic is different. Okay, I want to evaluate all the fractionals also. In fractions, again the set is different. Now you understand what is fuzzy set. Fuzzy set is a logical set. Please try to understand. The normal set is different. In a fuzzy set, it is very easy to represent them here. If the temperature is around 10 degrees centigrade, it is cold. Temperature is around 20 degrees. Please try to understand this logic. 20 degrees centigrade, it is normal. And when temperature is around 30 degrees centigrade, it is hot. In that sense, okay, they do not have a rigid boundary. If you say here 25 degrees centigrade and 25 degrees centigrade can be called simultaneously as well as normal. This is a fuzzy membership grade. Very simple fuzzy logic, fuzzy set is. If you understand the logic in the practical oriented manner, okay, if you understand the practical oriented manner, the logic is very simple. Okay, so this is more likely a temperature category. This is a category of temperature. This much nicer way to represent, okay, a set. How much easy it is? I represented a set as a cold, normal, and hot. Okay, so this is much nicer way to represent a set. This is now imprecise the data can be categorized in a much nicer way using the fuzzy logic. This is a contrasting feature. Why fuzzy logic was introduced in the first place? Fuzzy sets have soft boundaries. It's related to soft computing, of course. Okay, I can say cold from almost 0 degrees to centigrade to 20 degrees centigrade. If 10 degrees has a membership grade. Okay, so 1 and as I move from 10 degrees to both directions. Okay, I lose the membership grade. Please try to understand the logic. Okay, in classical set there are members in a set. Here members in associated with a fuzzy index are a membership function. Please try to understand. Okay, so here in a normal set means ordinary set, that is, you can put it as a set diagram. But in fuzzy set, that is different. Okay, when compared to normal set, what is difference is, please try to understand. I can say cold from 0 degrees to centigrade, 20 degrees centigrade, 10 degrees as a membership grade. I want to put some logics here in the fuzzy. I want to put some cutoff points here. But in normal set, there is no possibility of cutoff sets. It's a simple mechanical job. I think you can understand the difference in the normal set and other thing is. Okay, so here parametric membership functions. Just observe this is enough. Okay, we can put some boundaries and cutoffs, everything in the fuzzy. Of course, fuzzy means it's completely related to the coding part and the soft intelligence part. But normal set is not an intelligence. In one word, I am telling. But fuzzy is an intelligence part. Okay, it's an intelligence part. Okay. Next, I want to highlight the fuzzy set operations. The main features of operations on fuzzy set are that Unlike conventional sets, operations on fuzzy sets are usually described with reference to membership function. When I say the operation, okay, I do not do with the member itself, but I manipulate. When I say operation, I manipulate the membership of members in a set. In ordinary set, it is not possible. Please try to understand this word. Manipulate the memberships of members in a members are not manipulated rather than the membership functions of members is manipulated. This is very important in X and U. Okay, this is very important point. I want to manipulate the members in a membership using the fuzzy logic. Okay, but in ordinary set it is not possible. Okay, I say X, one is classical set. Okay, classical set is different, fuzzy set is different. Okay, so manipulation concerned with a member, whereas the kind of manipulation in fuzzy set does not involve with X, rather than involves mu X. Subsets also it will concentrate. Member of members also it will concentrate. Okay, that's most important, of course. Properties and identities of fuzzy sets. Okay, cumulative. These properties are just if you are just like as normal sets only, but it is logical. That is not logical. Please try to understand. Okay, one of the property of the fuzzy set is I am mentioning here is well-known property to all, cumulative property, that is existing. If you know the normal sets, only then you can understand all the properties and all the concepts of fuzzy physics easily. It's related to mathematics, of course. Okay, associativity property. Associativity. Okay, the next one is distributivity property. Distributivity property. The next one is redundancy property. The next one is identity property. The next step is establishing complex system. Fuzzy logic to define operation of empty, equal, complement. So just see examine the logic, contaminating union or insertion. Okay, so these are related to digital logic actually. Fuzzy logic is somewhat related to the digital logic. Definition 1, let X be a some set of objects which element noted as small x. You can observe this is enough right there. Definition 1, let capital X be some set of objects with elements noted as sub-element is small x. Capital X is the main element, small x is the sub-element. Thus, x is equal to set of small x. This is one of the definition. Okay, you can understand by these definitions, you can get more grip, I think. A fuzzy set A in X, capital X, is characterized by a membership function. Okay, M A of X, which maps each point capital X in onto the real intervals 0.010 as MA of X approaches 1.0. The grade membership of X in A increases. Definition 3, capital A is empty for all X, mu of X is equal to 0.0. Definition 4, capital A is equal to B if for all mu of AX is equal to mu of B of X, mu A is equal to mu B. Okay, like mu of A prime, that is you can call it as mu of A dash or A prime, that is equal to 1 minus mu A. A is contained in B, is mu A is less than is equal to mu B. Okay, so C is equal to A union B. We can write a union as a symbol also, you know that symbol A union B. Okay, so where mu C of X is equal to max of mu AX comma mu BX. Okay, So A insertion B, where mu C of x is equal to minimum, that's the maximum value, minimum x, mu x. These formulas are very useful when you are writing the coding part. Okay, so first it is important to note that last two operations, union or insertion and, which represent the clearest point and departure from a probability theory for a set of fuzzy sets. All are here we are using the mathematical concepts. Okay, so that probability theory we are using, set theory we are using. Okay, some digital logic circuits concepts also we are using. Only the thing is you should know about the dependent sets and independent sets. Okay, so the fuzzy operation. What is fuzzy operation? Okay, so here independent sets. The probability operations of for n is multiplication, which is okay argated, is continued for fuzzy systems. For example, let us take x is equal to BOB comma S, okay, is a fuzzy set of smart people, and T is fuzzy set of all tall people. Okay, so you can see the logic, fuzzy set of small people, and the one set is fuzzy set of small people, and one set is a fuzzy set of tall people. Okay, I want to calculate the how many minimum number of tall people are there, maximum number of tall people are there. Okay, so in the coding part you can interestingly you can understand these formulas are well useful, and you can able to understand more and more. Now you can understand these concepts very well, but the thing is these are all practical oriented concepts, that's what I am telling. However, fuzzy terms are two membership functions. Bob is very smart, Bob is very tall. Okay, so very stronger, very weak. Okay, weak. Okay, we can identify the persons. Nowadays in the it is very important to identify the health of the any person. Okay, how much tall it is. Before going to visit a medical doctor, he will observe your weight, height. Okay, as you pick and depending on the prescription will start how much immunity you have. Weak means immunity is weak. Okay, strong means immunity is strong, like that. Those things are we can identify using the fuzzy functions. Okay, that is very important. We can observe the sets of group of people, whatever may be the quantity, it's not a problem. We can identify the how much people are weak and how much people are strong. Okay, so then you observe, we can observe not only this in so many sets we can able to. Okay, so how much merit students are there, how many weak students are there, like that you can identify in a classroom also. Okay, so the probabilistic calculations yields. Okay, this is the probabilistic calculations. The fuzzy calculation however would be if smart, very smart, very tall, very smart person, like that you can identify each and everything here in a fuzzy point. Okay, you can easily identify. Okay, so how much the weak persons are there, how much strong persons are there, and how much the persons are very weak condition. Okay, like that we can identify. Not only that, we can solve the so many practical oriented problems using the fuzzy logic. Okay, so many practical oriented problems. Okay, so now it is 11 o'clock, I think. The next continuation, very beautiful presentation points also there that I will discuss in the next session. Okay, so if you have any doubts, please. Okay, I want to stop with this point. Okay, because I have some other sessions. You are also having some other timetable in the next part. Okay, just post me if you have any doubts. Then I will go to the conclusion. I will post the conclusion message, technical conclusion. Okay, up to this. I want to give the technical conclusion for this. The probability calculation is Another most beautiful important points are there. I will discuss in the next session. Okay. You should remember this point. The probabilistic calculation yields a result that is lower than either two initial values, which is viewed as chance of knowing make good sense. Okay, like that. Okay, so the continuation points I will discuss in the next time in the next session. Okay, so I'm Dr. Srinivas, and the next continuation points also related to our soft computing based on the practical oriented only. If you listen my presentation, the most advantage is you can write it very easily in our own. Okay, with my keywords, definitely you can 100% you can get a good points. Very much useful. 100% it is different than others. So because I'm plenty of working on practically, that's what I'm telling challengingly. Okay. So if you any doubts, you can just post me. Okay. And I will share two questions to you. Try to answer for the next session. Okay. Share two important questions based on soft computing in the MTech level. Try to answer. Otherwise, I will give the answer in the next level. Next question. Try to answer for these two questions in the. Please try to answer for the next session. Otherwise, I will give the answers to you. Please note down these questions, please, all of you. Only two questions I am giving. What is the difference between soft computing and hard computing? If you follow my session, the examination is very simple for you. I'm telling you honestly for you. Okay, you can write in the exam very simple manner because the repeated questions I am giving, I'm working hard for you to get a good marks for you. I never deviate my sincerity and dedication. If I take any task or any job, I will work sincerely. Okay, so to get a perfect outcome for you, I'm bothering about you only. Okay, to get a good things for you. Okay, so try to answer this question. What is the difference between soft computing and hard computing? In a try to answer that. I will give the answer in the next session. Okay, so you try to understand. The next question I am writing. What is neural network? Next question I am typing here. What is neural network? Write the advantages of neural networks. If you know these two, that's enough. Okay, this is must to learn these two answers for this. Okay, you can if you have any doubts, okay, I will give my mail id also. Okay, so try to answer these questions first. Okay, just post your opinion, your feedback, your positive response makes me to deliver more sessions. I can get more encouragements. Okay, that's why the reason you just give a mail to me, feedback to this session. This is my mail id actually. I'm typing here. If you have any doubts on these questions also, you are welcome to ask. Okay, phani1496@gmail.com. phani1496@gmail.com. You just post me your feedback in enhance me your positive response to encourage for the encouragement for me in future to get a more and more beautiful points. So it's enough to answer these two questions. Okay. Any doubts you just mail me. I will help. But try to write your answer in our own. It's wrong also. It's not a problem. Okay. Okay. Any queries? I want to stop here this session up to now. I will plan more beautiful point in the next sessions also. Try to take a serious on these questions. And, try to then you are benefited. Make it serious on these to answers of these questions. వాళ్ళకి ప్యాటర్న్ ప్రకారం అన్ని